good morning. It's Summit again, and we're happy to be with you on the program. I am Jumoke Michaels. Banji, good morning.
Yes, it's my pleasure to be here too. It's a fresh edition of your program, your darling program, that's a Summit. We are discussing issues that affect you. I'm talking about you. You are in Nigeria. Yes, about you. You are welcome. This is Summit.
Like Banji rightly said, we're talking about you this morning. The issue of the increase on the petrol price from 600 and it was raised to 855 naira recently, and some stations sell up to 1,000 naira. So it's the issue about you and our livelihood increase that's affecting our homes and businesses. And today our topic is fuel pump price unending hike, taming a dangerous trend. And we have in the studio with us Mr. Razaq Olokoba, a political analyst and friend of the people. He's an apt person to do this discussion with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome,
thank you for having me.
We know that the heartbeat of the people, you feel their pain, and most importantly, you're also a Nigerian. So you're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm not too sure. It's even though it's in Nigeria, I'm not too sure the topic affects it. Well, it's our pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you.
The current administration, on the assumption of office May 29, 2023, actually brought in some reforms. Part of the reforms was the removal of the fuel subsidy, and immediately the pump price jumped from 197 to 568. That's for the NNPC filling station. For other filling stations, independent marketers, it was much higher, and that did not last a whole year. Even in between the first year of administration, we saw some hikes. But the recent one, just about a week ago, NNPC took its price from 568 to 855, which came to Nigerians as a good shock. They never expected. While we were battling, struggling to grapple with the issues of the first hike, another one has come in. And within days too, the what I may call the rudest shock was the fact that the first private refinery in our country, owned by Dangote Group, that's Dangote Refinery, distributed its first set of fuel on Sunday. So much, about 70 or 100, between 70 and 100 trucks actually loaded the PMS there, and straight to NNPC stations. That's NNPC is the sole off-taker of the fuel coming from the refinery. Meanwhile, this is this is something we have celebrated all the while. That as soon as Dangote refinery comes on course, the prices of fuel PMS would actually crash, and Nigerians can now heave a sigh of relief. But alas, it didn't happen that way. Rather than be a relief, it has actually imposed on us even much more harsh economic conditions as Nigerians. I don't know whether in the last 1 week you have been affected by it, or maybe you are still using the fuel you bought maybe 3 months ago.
Well, it's not good to start an opening with where in discussion, but the matter on ground is well, and I want us to begin by looking at this from this angle, that energy sector is not any other sector. It's a peculiar sector. In fact, it's the major contributor to the world economy. That's oil and gas and electricity. If you remove energy from the world today, the entire world will shut down. That means your phone will not work, your car will not move, holiday business will crash, and so many things will happen. That sector is peculiar. We have not been handling the energy sector in Nigeria well, even since the day we discovered it. It's so important to the world that either Nigerians like it or not, external influence will be there. And you mentioned to me any country in the world that have oil and don't have issue with external influences. And because Nigeria put in place a very rickety structure in the oil and gas sector, it's one of the major reasons why we have this challenge. So the stage we have found ourselves today calls for not only concern, calls for us to come down and look at the sector itself critically. There is no Nigerian president that has not come and had his own issue with the oil and gas sector. Out of the refineries that is gone moribund now, if a president had come and done one, the automatic thing is for the next person to do another one. But since 1985, I've been hearing about turnaround maintenance. Nothing has been maintained. And since all the refineries shut down, none has been back on the feet till today. Which means the question of protest and anger with the president is not the issue. You should begin to look at, there's something wrong with this arrangement. There's something wrong with the nation itself. When Dangote refinery was coming up, I knew in my mind that it's going to have its own challenge, and I knew that it's not going to solve our solution. But like I said, energy is not a business where somebody would think that it's a flower business. It's noodles business. Or the government will also assume that it's a business that 2 plus 2 should be 4. That's not oil and gas sector. Oil and gas sector is so sensitive that if you don't handle it very well, it's going to be messing up the way it's messing up us now. So people who usually raise voice and call people out for protest, I'm one of them. I've not been able to do that since the last days of Jonathan and Tinubu. It's not because I don't want to protest again, but we have to look at it very well that the hatred we assume all previous presidents had for us, why will they have that hatred for us? So it's not about hatred again. It's about the way we have structured that oil and gas sector. If we leave it as it is today, in another few months, fuel price will increase. And what do I mean by that?
Let's look at that structure. How is it structured that is making it look like there can be...
Don't forget that the NNPC was a government agency, but now turned a private, limited liability company. Was that not part of the reforms to make it work?
That's not the direction we should be looking at. There are capitalist countries who are challenged with oil and gas sector because it's not well structured. That is people, let's say, let's privatize everything. If individuals handle it, maybe it's going to be fine. There are also countries who are also socialist countries. Government take control of all the institutions and critical sectors. They have challenge with the oil and gas sector because they didn't structure it very well. The external factors I'm talking about is that if you allow people to dip hand in the affair of how you run your oil and gas sector, they will never leave you alone until you take a drastic step. As long as we continue to bring in fuel from outside Nigeria for local consumption, we are never going to get it right. Now, Dangote that is also coming on board, you have made him a legitimate target for people who are making from the challenge and the trauma we are going through. And that is why, if you look at the body language of Dangote, he's not happy that the fuel price is 1,900 in Lagos and 1,000 outside Lagos. But the way it's been structured, we are supposed to discourage him that the monopoly you are trying to run in oil and gas sector, you are going to have a major challenge. The local people, Kaba will come for you. The Kaba in government, who you claim have refinery in Cyprus and all over the world, will come for you. Then the external factor, you will do a lot of importation of intellects. They will sabotage you. You are going to have the deficiency of good workers who can put your refineries in the split and work seamlessly for 50 years without challenge. They will sabotage you. So what I'm saying in essence is that we should not run oil and gas sector as if we are running any regular business.
So
we should run it
in
in such a way-
specific terms.
That's where I'm going to. We should make it impossible for cabals, for people who are making us to come for either the government or Dangote. We have to simplify it by making sure that we have so much refineries in Nigeria. We have to make sure that the bar of having refineries is not so high, to such an extent that all the modular refineries we have in Nigeria should work on their feet. There are people who are happy that we are going to what we are going to. And if you don't take care, you may go back to importing fuel again. That's what they want. So our demand from the president is not that he should do something about bringing it down the price. Our demand from him, if you are not assertive on this demand, the president will keep doing what he's doing. He will think it's the solution. But Nigeria must be able to explain to the president in a manner that he will not assume that this is our opposition talking. In a manner that he will understand that any advice coming from this direction are genuine advice, as not diluted, it's not with coloration. You must be able to explain to the government that the way out of where we find ourselves today, it's not only Dangote refineries. And Dangote refinery and the owner of the refinery must also be made to understand that part of the challenge you have is that you are running oil and gas business as if we are running Indomie business or flour business. We have to encourage all the states to have their own refineries. A country as big as this, a country with this kind of population, don't have an institution that's so big that 250 million Nigeria will have to depend on it. It's wrong. If you go to China, there are millions of cottage industries.
Okay.
So for us to, if Dangote refinery is not working today, it means we won't afford it. All the challenges that all the government refineries have, we have imported it and dumped at the doorstep of Dangote. It's simple. The way to do it is to make it impossible for them to come for all of us at the same time, which means all the modular refineries must be back on their feet. If we don't find a way of unbundling the energy sector in Nigeria, there's no ending to this crisis that we are having.
Well, if you want
it's going to be
look at it
unending.
from the other side of the coin, Dangote has proven that it's very possible to from scratch build a refinery, and it's now working. Doesn't that tell us that the federal government actually do not want, or they don't have the willpower to make our refineries in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Warri, and all these refineries work? Because they're already there. It's just to refurbish and and get them working. Doesn't that tell us that the government doesn't have the willpower to move the refineries forward?
If a door that leads to a particular destination is just one, there will be that crowd. The only institution in Nigeria that has something to do with oil is the federal government before.
Yeah.
Now, it was possible to sabotage federal government because it's only federal government. Now, in looking for a solution, why do you make it only Dangote?
Maybe because it's the only one who came out.
No, it's not the only one.
Okay.
There are refineries all over the country today, modular, small. They are not getting crude oil. So it is our responsibility as the people to explain to the government carefully that the model that you think will work for us has been tried since 1999. It's not working. What is the
In
new
other
thing?
words, you're looking at the
What is the new
model
thing?
that we have that took place in the telecommunications and the other business where you liberalize that for many investors to come
and
into
the
it.
danger in oil and gas sector is that telecom, if you don't have telephone, you are not going to die. If the nation does not have energy, that nation will collapse. And that is why everything humanly possible must be done to ensure that access to refined crude should be done.
All
now,
right.
if you look, we say that if we have so many refineries, we can't transport our refineries from Niger Delta to Madukuri, the Core North, and areas like that, except you run pipe. If you run pipe, it's going to be sabotaged. And the question now is, you can transport with vessel on water crude oil to 5,000 miles away to be refined. But you say it is not possible to transport 30 liters of crude oil to North to refine. See, if you want to get out of a problem, you apply some solution that might look very funny to you. So the solution to our problem now is to begin to look here from the existing model that has been established. Place your hope and place your solution, put it in one basket. The day that basket is stolen, there's no solution again. So if we don't do everything possible to ensure that I, as a businessman, Jimmy, you and everybody who wants to move into oil and gas sector will have access to it. If we don't do that, to make it impossible for the people who want to come after Dangote, impossible. People who are coming for our government, impossible. Our government institution is an institution where the way the power is concentrated in the hand of one person. There may be distraction for the president, and something might be, they keep doing something, which is the case with our refinery today. Since 1985, we have been spending money on turnaround maintenance. It has consumed many of our ministers. And that is why any smart Nigerian president will never relinquish the position of the Minister of Oil, of Minister of Petroleum.
Well said, sir. Good as your submission is, Nigerians are, let me say, very, very eager for a solution than this long-term solution you have profiled. Yes, the modular refineries may come on board, but it may take quite some time. Beyond the issues of liberalizing, bringing in more investors, Nigerians believe that even with the Dangote refinery that's on board, there is a hope, there is this prospect of making fuel price go down. And the Dangote refinery has demonstrated that with diesel. Diesel is 900 naira per liter, as against 1,002 that used to. You know the challenges it faced with independent marketers and all of that after bringing it down to 900. And the same Dangote also told us that it will not, the Dangote refinery said it will not fix the price until the federal government has actually advised it on what to do, for the fact that it is only NNPCL that is the off-taker. Now, this morning I read a press release from the same Dangote refinery saying that the current price of 898 is not based on the crude he got from Nigeria. It's based on the dollar, the crude he bought on dollar basis. That's for the one it's distributed on Sunday. Now, what is the truth about it all? Nigerians are left in the dark. So much secrecy, so much lack of transparency, bureaucracy, insincerity, and all of that. Nigerians allege that these are the main issues. That yes, there's politics of all of it, but the ones that we have control over, and Nigerians said everything is not being done transparently. What's your view?
See, let me tell you, as much as we are tired about the whole solution, we just want solution. That's the case with the government too. There's no government that is not traumatized about oil and gas sector. Buhari's government, Jonathan's government, Obasanjo's government. It's not about an immediate solution, except if you want to repeat what I've been doing since 1999. There's no immediacy about it, and that is the part the media kept leading Nigeria to. You
mean that Dangote does not have the capacity to bring it down? Having bought fuel, having bought crude in Naira, having got all the support from the federal government?
Your government
and all of that?
Our government has not been able to do anything since 1985. Is it Dangote as an individual that we think is going to break that jinx? See, the concern I always have about us as people is that we have been battling with this thing for over 2 decades. And as you're talking about immediate solution, the kind of question we ask our government and the demand we ask our government is the reason why government try to do an immediacy, like we have said, and put us in more trouble. Each time any government comes, we always don't want to hear anything about gestation period. So, and the moment the body language says that it is an immediate thing, they will start borrowing to satisfy our immediate needs. There's no way out of this without pay. There is no way out of it. And if he
You
had,
think Nigerians have not gone through enough pain?
yes, we need, there should be more pain for a final solution. But the more we are asking the government to do something.
Since 1985 that you mentioned.
Yes, we kept talking about the immediate solution. If you have told the government, do what you need to do, if it's going to take more from us, do what you need to do, and to put it behind us once and for all. If we insist that I want an immediate solution, panicking measure will drive the government to go and do something wrong yet again. That will look as if it's an immediate solution. But it's going to put us in more trouble.
Does it make economic sense that the fuel being imported is cheaper than the one we refine locally?
I have told you that.
No, I'm asking. 855. That's based on.
There's nothing that makes sense in what is happening at the moment. There's nothing that makes sense in what is happening because it's assumed that Dangote will buy is a crude in naira and going to sell to us in naira. So automatically the price should come down. But I've said it that Dangote's posture and emergence is going to allow some people to align against him. There's a coalition force working against Jonathan, and it's an individual, it's not government. Even government with all the machinery, the network of police, DSM, to go after the saboteurs, they have not been able to break it off today. Is it that will break it? So it's not a blame game now. The way out of it is to make it impossible to go after 50 refineries we are supposed to have in Nigeria. We are supposed to have 50 refineries. State must have, modern refineries must start growing like mushroom all over the place. So if you have oil and you are suffering in this manner since 1990, you should know that the path you are following.
How they source the crude? Even Dangote is struggling to have enough crude. How would all these 50 refineries source the crude for its refinery?
There's crude everywhere in Nigeria. There's crude all everywhere in Nigeria. See, in discussing with the government, with the government delegation, it's only going to be Dangote's delegation with the government. And inside the government, there are people also, the cabals will also use against Dangote. But if we have many refineries owner with the backing of Nigeria, like refinery, it's going to get to a time where they will give up. But they will not give up if it's only Dangote alone. They will not give up. They didn't give us in 1985 to date. So you see Dangote, they are not going to succumb to. They're not going to succumb to Dangote.
So there are no urgent economic policies that government
don't see.
Look like it's working for
don't drag the government into taking another decision the way Obasanjo took a decision. The way Jonathan took the decision, Buhari took the decision, and let us into this again. Let them do what they need to do. And what they need to do is carefully explain to the government that come, I have employed you as a driver.
How is explaining what?
Nigerians, me and you, all of us, I have employed you as a driver. This car is bad. I've taken 5 drivers out of this car because they didn't drive well. So don't convince me that this car can take you anywhere. Let me put the car in the proper shape so that I won't blame you. Explain to the president that the network of people around the oil and gas sector, you can defeat them with this model. We have proved it within these 2 years. You know, I kept saying it that, see, the way out of this is not this model you have established though. We can't go anywhere with this model. So don't ask any government, the president to keep following that path. It's not going to lead us anywhere. So without blaming the government, without blaming the president, without blaming Dangote, and of course without blaming Nigerians, let's focus on the future. And the future now is that the government must urgently come up with, you see, elite in Nigeria are one of the major Confucianists all over the world. They will create conjecture up, down, and they will start speaking some vocabulary that ordinary Nigerians don't understand.
You don't seem to be talking from the viewpoint of Nigerians.
What is the viewpoint of Nigerians?
That they are going through.
Poverty energy is too high.
It's too high. Nigerians, it's becoming so intolerable.
I didn't deny that.
You started by saying no government, no nation can survive without energy.
Yes.
Nigerians are running without energy.
Are you saying I'm denying that? I'm not denying that.
So
I'm just saying that truth can be difficult at times. This challenge I've had it in several administrations that I'm a mouthpiece of the government. And today, I am being absorbed. I say it's going to be unending. It's unending. Okay, I'm the spokesperson of the government. There be one president that didn't do what Tinubu is doing. The Obasanjo did it.
The people refer to Yaradua. Yaradua's administration is referred as a reference point in terms of stability in the prices. In fact, he reversed it.
In fact, what will have emerged with what
Yaradua from 96 to 87?
What would have happened with what Yaradua had done if he had been alive? We will not be able to imagine it. See, this cosmetic arrangement is not going to take us anywhere.
So as it is, you think it would be proper for the government to keep so mute, so much seemingly unconcerned?
No, they are concerned. They are bothered. They are concerned. They are bothered.
How much more tolerant do you think Nigerians can
I can tell you that there's nobody in government today that's not scared of the outcome of the price increase. Everybody, you don't have to tell me to know that.
They are concerned about the consequences of what is going on now?
They are concerned about what is going to be the response of Nigeria. But there's nothing they can do about it.
So you think that the labor union should not expect their demands to be met? Talking about the reversal, labor is asking the government to reverse the fuel price.
Labor seems to be part of our problem.
Okay.
Because beyond going on strike, what has labor been able to do? Since the day we have taken Pascal back out of office, and Shomole has come on board. Tell me the roadmap that Labour has been able to establish outside going on strike. And with what I've told you, it's not about strike now. Or it's about explaining the confusion that our government has been passing through since 1998 about oil and gas sector. Because there's a confusion in government. That was the way out. Any president that is emerging will assume that it's not a rocket science, get crude, produce and sell to Nigeria. But by the time you get to office, you now understand the dangerous technicalities that is involved in it. Okay, any president will tell you that I'm buying gun and bullet for police every day. Why do I need state police again? Until you have to explain what it means to have peculiarity in security based on each state. And the experience has shown clearly now that what you have been saying about the structure in oil and gas, in security of the country, in the economy, shows clearly that we actually know what we are doing. We know what we are saying. So for Labour cannot be asking government to bring down price without investigating that. Is it about making money that government is doing this? It's not about making money again. It's about the thing is the right thing to do.
You see, you say you are not the spokesperson for the government. It's not about making money. The Nigerians are like that. People, the public officials are living large.
It's not.
Are living large at the expense of Nigerians.
I don't.
So where is the money going?
No, that's another thing. That's another topic.
You don't want to talk about
that? No, I can.
That between the middle class and the rich.
No, when you say it's not about making money, but the little money we
what I'm
make
saying is that
is not reflective.
What I'm saying now is that the increase is now about people who want to make more money.
So where is the money going?
So it is not about making
money.
Why
is NNPC interested in being the only off-taker?
That is what they understand the best way. They understand the best of doing.
Is it being done in the interest of Nigerians?
The best way they think they can do that. That is why you as in Nigeria must tell them that the model you are using is what is faulty, that is wrong. It is not the price increase that is the way out of it. Because government became a target because it's sold. Dangote became a target, and they succeeded in sabotaging because it's sold. So why can't you multiply the direction we are going to be sourcing our local consumption from? You want to limit it to a government, and they have been able to do that. There are external factors which you all know about. It's all over the world. Venezuela kept having a crisis having today. It's because of oil. All other countries have kept having. So Nigeria too, if we are not smart about what we are doing, and being smart means that don't allow them to decimate Dangote again. If you are not careful in Dangote refinery will go moribund in 10 years. Right, so we have to be the barricade around Dangote by ensuring that We have more and
Who
more.
will do that barricade?
The government.
The poor man that's dying
The
will be the
government
barricade.
should do that.
Which government?
Explain to government what they need to do.
Now,
they don't know what they need to
let's
do.
look at the issue.
Let's be assertive. Let's be assertive. The protests
you are
are every
just
other time.
talking in general terms.
No, not general time.
Nigeria-
The protests, the protests are
Nigerians who have been...
we have to guide the emotion of Nigerians.
Which
See,
emotions?
we have to guide.
we're
We
talking
have to
about-
guide the emotion of Nigerians. That if you are angry, your anger must not be destructive. It must be productive.
They are not only angry, they are hungry.
The way to, yes, the way
And
to
they
stop
are
the
dying.
hunger, and the way to stop the hunger, the way to stop the hunger, which is
You
majorly-
might recall that the NLC
The way to
person was
stop
here
the
last
hunger,
week, and he said the 70,000 naira is not a living wage, it's a killer wage. You understand?
The labor,
so how does
the
that
labor,
Nigeria,
the labor forces is part of the reason why Nigerian workforce is suffering.
Okay, now
because you kept asking for wage increase every year, and the labor civil society said that why can't you work with government and the civil society
Which government?
in establishing the landing cost of essential things of life, bringing prices of commodity down? Does it make sense that each time you increase salary,
how does the labor bring down the cost when the cost of production is so prohibitive?
you cannot
the private sector has cried to government several times that the industries are dying, and government has made intervention, huge sums of money. Does it not amount to policy when you invest in companies not to die, when you make interventions, and at the same time you are increasing their cost of production?
And you think we are doing something normal in this country? There's something we are doing abnormally.
So who is responsible? Is it the poor man that's doing it?
The government, no, I'm not placing any responsibility on the front of the government.
You have to,
what the responsibility I'm placing the of the government is to join the advocacy, ask the right demand. And the right demand is that the model we are using is wrong on price.
You don't want to admit that the government is failing.
Why do we think that the food or processed food in the market is going up? Is it because they are not giving subsidies? Is it because they are not giving palliative? One thing. The reason is because farmers are no longer in the farm. And it's our duty to tell the president that farmers left farm because there's no security. 200,000 policemen cannot secure the life of 250 million Nigerians. Allow the state to have their own police. They will secure their farmland.
There will be a second party.
They will secure their farm. And when they secure their farmland, farmers will go back to farm.
All right, so in the midst of all this, the complicity of this energy sector, what's from the most sincere advice you can give Nigerians now in the face of all this? Because you have said it's not about social unrest, it's not about strike, it's not about protesting.
Nigeria must first admit that the crisis we are having in the oil and gas sector is the way we operate our oil and gas sector, which is mono. And in coming out of it, we give it to Dangote again to be the sole producer of our local consumption. And I
think you should address the survival strategies that Nigerians can engage.
Sad enough. I'm not government. Anyone that wants to confront me should come and confront. I'll also repeat it again. I have not been a fan in TV station of Nigerians on this matter. And for me, when Hitler was emerging, the popular opinion was on the side of Hitler. And people who knew where Hitler is going, few in number, they were castigated. After what Hitler did what he did, history absorbed them. What I'm saying today, history will absorb me. As long as we operate this model, we are not going anywhere.
Nigerians should continue to tighten their belts. Is that
they
what
should not tighten their belt. I'm not speaking for the government. Nigerians should not place hope in this political structure until it changes. Even if you bring another person today, if it is Obi or Jonathan or Atiku or whatever you bring today, if you didn't change the structure, we are not going anywhere.
We have to go.
So it's a structural issue. It is a structural issue that there's no alternative to it. There's no immediacy that media people will keep asking that, what is the immediacy? You told you a car is bad. You say, what is the immediacy? Go and take Okada if you want to take the car again. So, which is a jackpot. So if you want to the country,
I know you are not a politician. I can understand your viewpoint.
So
you don't really need the vote of Nigerians.
So that's why I will not deceive Nigerians. I will not deceive Nigerians.
Okay, we have to go.
I will not deceive Nigerians.
We have to
more refineries is the way out.
Thank you very much.
You have just put Dangote in the fire line by what you have done to him.
Thank you very much.
No matter Dangote should have done, you should not have allowed Dangote to be the only person.
Olokoba, thank you so much for your time. We really, at least there will be a second party. Of course, if we say an unending fuel hike. So let us see whether it will be hiked again or not.
It will be hiked again.
The price will go up again.
It will go if you don't change this model.
All right, my name is
Banji
Busari. Thank you for being part of this session. Very exciting. I do promise you. See you again next week.
All right, so we'll be ending on our normal second segment, talking about issues and developments in Lagos State. So please enjoy this package, and then we'll see you again. I am Jumoke Michael.